All right, so we're going to try to put this in our calculator. Okay, so x bar 1 is 473 minus 459. And then you divide by the square root. And all the stuff inside the square root on the bottom will take care of itself in order if you do it the right way. So 39.7 squared divided by 8 plus 24.5 squared divided by 18. Yeah, I got 0.92. That's my t-score. Okay, so 0.92, here's 0, so 0.92 is, I don't know, like maybe here. 0.92, it hit inside the null, so what do we do? Accept the null. And in this case, if we're accepting the null, we're rejecting the claim. That what? The teachers are different? So if we had done it the other way, it would have said here, accept the null, accept the claim that the teachers are the same. See what I mean? So either way, you've really come to the same conclusion. We're saying the teachers are not different enough to be considered different, basically. Okay. Now, this time we're doing a population variances are equal problem, which is going to be horrible. So let's do this one in our calculator and work through it together. It's going to take a little bit because it takes a little bit to understand your calculator. Also, some of us are using the new calculator, some of us are using the old ones, so we're going to have to figure that out. This one says that a manufacturer claims that the mean operating cost per miles of its sedans is less than its leading competitor. All right, so here's all the data that you need. So for the manufacturer, it is 52 cents a mile. And for the competitor, it is 55 cents a mile. The standard deviation is 5 cents a mile. I had a kid the other day in Algebra 1 be like, it feels like we never actually like solve problems in this class. We just do a lot of like solving equations. And I was trying to tell them that like at the beginning, math is very much like let's practice trying to solve this equation again. And then later in math, it's almost all story problems and using that information, you know. And they're like when? And I'm like AP Calc and AP Stats, it's almost all story problems. Like there's almost no just like here, just straight do this math without any context, especially towards the end of AP Calc and this class. So it'd be pretty funny to not be doing story problems in this class at this point. Okay, so this is how horrible the math is if you were to do the whole thing in your calculator. Take a look. Yeah, it's just a lot of different places where you could mess up parentheses and stuff like that. So we're going to do it in our calculator, or at least try to. But first we're going to do H sub O and H sub A. So manufacturer is our 1, competitor is our 2, and it says that the manufacturer claims that they are less than their competitor. So that's down here. mu1 is less than mu2. That's their claim. And here mu sub 1 is the opposite, greater than or equal to mu sub 2. Let's figure out that degree of freedom right now. Isn't this the one where you add them together and then minus 2? Yeah. So if you look at that front page, it says that the degree of freedom was add them together and then minus 2. So let's see, 30 and 32 is 62 minus 2 is 60. And alpha is going to be 0.05. All right, let's draw a picture. Left-tailed, right-tailed, two-tailed. All right, let's jump to the chart. Now we've got our one-tailed thing. One-tailed, and it is when alpha is 5. And we're at, what, 60? Which, by the way, when stuff gets really big, like suppose this had turned out to be 63, you just go to the nearest one. I got negative 1.671. How do you know it's negative? Because it's left-tailed. Okay, that one's good. Now, this is the part where we're going to have our calculator do it for us, okay? Because we don't want to have to do that horrible math. So, you're going to go to Stat, Tests. We're doing the 2-sample t-test. Okay, so we're going to start at the beginning. Let's see, we're putting in stats, not data. Do you guys remember the difference? What's the difference?
Data is when you're using a list, I think.
Yeah, data is when I have like a list of like the different things and it's going to figure out the mean for me. But I don't need that right now. So let's see, x bar 1 is 0.52. X bar, or S1 is 0.05. N1 is 30. X bar 2 is 0.55. S2 is 0.07. N2 is 32. Remember you highlight the H sub A, which is left-tailed. Pooled, yes or no? Do you guys remember what pooled means? If the variances are the same, you call them pooled. Are the variances the same for this one? Yes. See how it says the variances are equal in the problem? Right. You're not comparing your standard deviations if that's what you're thinking. Yeah. And then I'm going to hit draw. New calculators, was it similar? What? It said error? I got t equals negative 1.93, which is correct. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're quickly going to talk about how that finalizes, and I'm going to stop the video, and then I'm going to come check out your calculator and see what's going on there, okay? All right, so this is what you should have gotten from your t-test. So that hits over here. So what does that mean? Reject the null.